I postponed our wedding because my fiancée wants to have pictures of her late husband in it. So my fiancée Kelly and I have been together for 3 years now. We were supposed to get married next month, but I had to call everything off last week and I'm still processing what happened. Kelly was married before to this guy named Brian who died in a car accident about 5 years ago. She was devastated, obviously, and I've always been understanding about her grief. I mean, losing someone you love like that has to be the worst thing ever. When we started planning the wedding, everything seemed normal. We picked the venue, the flowers, the music. Kelly seemed excited about everything. But then about 2 weeks ago, she brought up something that completely blindsided me. She was sitting at our kitchen table with her laptop open, looking at wedding photos online, when she suddenly got this serious expression on her face. She turned the laptop toward me and showed me this wedding photo where the bride was holding a framed picture of someone. Apparently, it was the bride's late father. Kelly looked at me and said she wanted to do something similar, but with Brian's photo. Not just holding it in one picture, but having his framed photo in multiple shots throughout the ceremony and reception. I thought she was joking at first. Like maybe she meant one small memorial moment or something, but she was dead serious. She wanted Brian's picture on the altar during our vows, at our sweetheart table during dinner, and even in our formal couple portraits. She said it would honor his memory and show that he was still part of her life. I tried to be calm about it, but honestly, I was freaking out inside. I told her I understood wanting to honor Brian somehow, but having his picture all over our wedding felt weird to me. Like, this was supposed to be about us starting our new life together, not about her dead husband watching over everything. That's when she got really upset. She started crying and saying I didn't understand how important Brian was to her, that he would always be part of who she is. She said if I really loved her, I would want to include him in our special day. She even suggested we could have an empty chair at the ceremony with his photo on it, like he was a guest. I felt like I was going crazy. I love Kelly, and I've never had a problem with her talking about Brian or keeping his pictures around the house. But our wedding day? That felt like crossing a line I didn't even know existed. I started imagining our wedding photos hanging in our future home, with Brian staring out from half of them. I thought about our kids someday asking why there's a random man in mommy and daddy's wedding pictures. When I tried to explain this to Kelly, she completely shut down. She said I was being selfish and insensitive, that I was trying to erase Brian from her life. She accused me of being jealous of a dead man, which honestly stung because maybe there was some truth to it. Not jealous exactly, but definitely uncomfortable with how present he still felt in our relationship sometimes. The fight went on for hours. Kelly kept saying that if I couldn't accept this one request, then maybe we shouldn't get married at all. She said Brian would have been her best man if he was alive, so having his photo there was basically the same thing. I pointed out that best men don't usually appear in the bride and groom's romantic photos, but she said I was missing the point. By the end of the night, we were both exhausted and angry. I told her I needed time to think about everything. The next morning, I called the venue and postponed the wedding. I couldn't go through with it knowing we had such different ideas about what our wedding should represent. Kelly moved back to her mom's house temporarily. We've barely talked since then, just a few texts here and there.